Hey, what's going on, fragrance lovers? Welcome back to another fragrance review. I know you saw the title. I know you guys are probably getting fed up to here with the whole Mancera Montal that I continue to cram down your throats. But I'm sorry, man. It is what it is. As long as this house or these two houses continue to smack grannies, I gotta do what I gotta do. So today's review, as I'm sure you already know because you read it in the title, but you want to have a look at the bottle. Let's go ahead and do that so we can get this fragrant journey. Do not let the name nor the color fool you. This is an absolute phenom of a fragrance, and we are talking of biblical proportions. And this fragrant journey begins right now. Alright people, welcome back again. Pink Prestigium is the name of this absolutely gorgeous fragrance. Now, I've always said this, and you guys already know how I feel with regard to the color of the bottle, who it's marketed toward. Don't give a shit. Don't give a shit. Sorry about the expletive. It gets a little tiresome saying that, but I probably don't have to tell you that there are a lot of new jacks coming on the scene, and when they do, they always have questions and comments, but my job is to answer them because you guys are awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and do it again for the benefit of those who missed it, you know, the past 11 times that I mentioned it. I do not care about marketing when it comes to fragrances. I don't care. I do not equate fragrances with stuff like women's clothing and stuff like that. Bras, panties, feminine napkins. That's just bullshit. I understand that guys are going to make, you know, try to make that analogous to fragrances that are marketed toward women. By the way, this is not, that's neither here nor there. But remember, there is no such thing as gender where fragrances are concerned. I am sorry if it offends people. I've been through this a million times. I'm getting tired of it. But like I said, when more and more people subscribe that don't know about fragrances, I'm going to get that stuff all the time. So let's just get that out of the way. Boom. Before I get into what this fragrance does when I spray it on my skin, I am going to go ahead and give you guys the notes. Let's go.
Here we go. Right, come on, drag it. Bring it. Yup. Here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Here we go.
Alright, so, and again, if you're looking at the color of this bottle and you're looking at the title or the name of the fragrance, and you go ahead and blow this fragrance off as a result, you're going to be missing out on some seriously amazing shit. So, what happens when I spray it on my skin? Well, I am greeted with an absolute blast of citrus. Hardcore, tangy citrus. Just a touch of saffron and maybe just a hint of oud. Alright? It's the light variety of oud. It's not that in your face, you know, type of rotting tree bark type of oud. It's the light variety. It's the doable variety for people that don't really care about the really pungent oud. This is not that fragrance. Moreover, again, you might think of the fragrance as being very, very feminine, very, very floral, very, very sweet. Wrong again. That is not the case. It is not a floral heavy fragrance. This fragrance is a citrus bomb. Alright? And by the way, if you're thinking that because it's a citrus bomb, it's going to be a wisp, forget about it. This is Mancera. It's not some fly-by-night. This is going to be lasting on your skin hours and hours throughout the day or night, depending upon when you apply. Anyway, like I was about to say, it opens up very fruity, citrus fruit, a little bit of saffron, and just a hint of oud. It is definitely a bright, tangy citrus type of fragrance. Once those florals kick in, it's going to give it just a floral edge, basically, is what it is. I mean, it's not, for you guys that I know are gonna, talk about this negatively, it's not the type of floral fragrance that you're gonna smell and oh, it smells like Grandma Moses. No, nothing like that at all. Okay, it's just a nice, slightly sweet jasmine with the bright roses therein, just to give it a little bit of an edge and take a little bit of the edge off the very, very hardcore citrus that comes in at the beginning of this fragrance. Now, the grapefruit in this is very pronounced. It's a very, like I said, just a very bright citrus type of fragrance. That black currant is going to give it a nice tangy edge, because the black currant is detectable, and like I said, it gives it just that tangy edge. Takes a little bit of the edge off of the hardcore citrus, and then again, once the florals kick in, they are going to take some of the edge off of the citrus. But the citrus is a main player in this fragrance, and it's not going away, and not for the entire duration of this fragrance on your skin. You are going to be detecting citrus, okay, from the beginning all the way till this fragrance dives off the cliff. It ain't going to go away, period. Now, speaking of the end of this fragrance, about another 2 hours into this fragrance, after the initial spray, it's going to start to get warm, a little bit warmer, and just a tad sweeter because of the vanilla pods that are in here. All right, not sickly sweet. Trust me when I tell you that. The citrus is not going to allow that to happen. Period. Not going to allow it to happen. Gets warmer, gets just a tad bit sweeter, and then I would say about the 4 hour mark is when it starts to get just a little bit musky, a very slight animalic edge, very slight. And there is leather in this fragrance, but it's not very pronounced. It's going to be at the very end of this fragrance when it turns into a skin scent, and that's going to be deep into this fragrance. I'm talking, man, dude, if memory serves, I think that I didn't start getting the leather in this until at the end of the day. And I sprayed on 8 o'clock in the morning, go to work or whatever, and I wasn't getting any type of leather vibe at all until I was ready to go home, and until after I left already and was getting ready to go teach karate, and that's like 10 hours later. So yeah, that's what it is with this. The projection on this fragrance is not monstrous, but it doesn't have to be. It's at least on my skin, it hovers about maybe 5-6 feet off my skin. It doesn't fill ballrooms or anything like that, but you're going to get noticed. Trust me, when you wear this, you're gonna get noticed. Very bright, very remarkable fragrance, and the staying power is ridiculous for such a fresh fragrance. Absolutely ridiculous. One of the longest lasting freshies I own. And also, to be clear, like I said before, it is a citrus scent, citrus dominant, and in terms of Mancera's citrus concoctions, this is top, I'm going to say top 4 best citrus scents that Mancera has ever made. That's my opinion. It's really remarkable. Just a beautiful, unbelievable fragrance. The citrus in the oud, and at the end of it, the leather, and to a lesser extent, the woodsy accord is going to easily make this anything but feminine. Again, if you care about that stuff, I gotta say that, because I know how people are. But if you care about that stuff, I'm telling you now, those aforementioned accords are going to keep this from big time from being what guys would consider feminine, and blow this fragrance off. You really don't have to. It is that good. If you like citruses, fresh citruses, because I know that's what a lot of people think that guys should smell like, then this is the fragrance for you. Just an absolute phenomenal fragrance. And again, I don't want to mince words or anything like that, but again, if you care about that whole marketing thing, then obviously you're not going to want this. If you're the type of guy that's going to look at the color of the bottle and say, oh, well, it's pink, fuck that, then obviously you're not going to want to have anything to do with this. I would suggest, if you're that guy, and you don't want to look at a pink bottle in your cabinet or wherever you keep your fragrances, all you got to do is take it, decant it, put it into something, more square, more masculine, whatever suits your fancy. Stick it in a bottle that's black, blue, red, turquoise, I don't care, whatever, you know, you like other than pink, you know, if you're that type of person. But you really don't have to be, because the fragrance is phenomenal. And I think the bottle looks good, but that's just me. Once you start spraying it, you're not going to think anything of it, especially in terms of femininity, because it just isn't that type of fragrance. Period, end of story. That's if you care about that. I do not. Just a sexy ass fragrance, man. I think you're gonna like this one. That's just my opinion. You know, everybody's got one. I think you're gonna like it. All right. And if you like, you know, fresh, sparkling citruses with just a tad sweetness and just a little bit of animalic, you know, because of the musk and a little bit of a oud, then this is the fragrance for you. Everything else doesn't matter with regard to the color, the name of the fragrance. F that. This fragrance is phenomenal, and that's it. That's my review. Once again, coming out of the house of Mancera, this is Pink Prestigium. Get with it. You won't be sorry. I'll talk to you later.
Yes, I stay fly like 3-6. Yo, please, I'ma hit you quick with more tricks than flea flicks. I got 'em on the floor, craving for more. If you want the hella rhymes, for sure, got what you're looking for.
But for me, I think that, you know, for me, it's going to last a good 10 hours, a good 12 hours. Motherfucker.